Hi, I'm Michael Wilton of Flight Simple Aircraft Sales. We're a full-service brokerage specializing in piston all the way up to owner-flown light jets in North America. We have offices in Canada and the US. I started flying when I was a little kid with my grandfathers and my dad. I spent most of my childhood growing up in a Cessna 310 out of Saskatchewan. We used to travel extensively between Saskatchewan and Manitoba to visit family. That's where I caught the flying bug. Currently I have about 1,500 hours, most of them in this Mooney and a Cessna 340. I've flown about 26 different types of airplanes and had the opportunity to travel extensively across Canada, through the US, and overseas to Scotland on a trip with my brother and my grandfather. I currently hold ratings in multi-engine and single-engine land airplanes, as well as a seaplane rating. My most important rating is my instrument rating, as we use the airplane extensively for business, traveling across all of North America. I was lucky enough to get my seaplane rating last year, which has helped me in the demo of our Bory amphibian aircraft, which is an advanced ultralight here in Canada that we fly extensively VFR. Using Sirius XM in the cockpit for IFR is really important and gives you a lot of information in the airplane. However, using it for VFR is even more important. Looking out the window can only tell you so much, and it can't tell you what it looks like on the back side of the clouds you may be coming up to. Does it make sense to land now and wait it out? Does it make sense to find a hole? Does it make sense that the airports behind that cloud bank have VFR weather that you can get into? That's all things that Sirius XM in the cockpit can really help with and really make you a safer pilot. I currently fly most extensively utilizing my 796 here in the Mooney cockpit. Though my flying is primarily IFR, I do use it for VFR as well, as the Mooney is very efficient in both. The opportunity to have Sirius XM on board allows me to check weather en route, check METARs and TAFs at airports, and verify that the route that I've chosen is the right one for the weather that day. It also allows me to take the puck out and use it on my Era 510, which I use extensively when I'm flying the Bory amphibian advanced ultralight. That aircraft is exclusively VFR, but having Sirius XM on board means that I'm a safer pilot. Having the music capability is great, especially when you have passengers in the airplane on those long trips. I've flown all over Canada and the US utilizing Sirius XM. Having it on board the aircraft with me is a critical part of my flight bag. My favorite feature is the ability to look up METARs and TAFs at airports I may be passing or may be headed to. That gives me a great general picture of the weather that's going to be around that airport. I've used Sirius XM in the cockpit pretty much since I started flying. Even if you're a relatively low-time pilot, having the onboard weather and the onboard music can really help. It's a great tool to have in your flight bag and in the aircraft as you fly. I was flying a 182 on a long cross-country flight for delivery to a new customer. They had purchased the aircraft in Alberta, and I was flying it to deliver. What I found along my route was extensive thunderstorms, buildup activity, rain, all kinds of things. I was able to look at the Sirius XM weather en route and determine the safest route of flight. When it appeared that the clouds were closing in and we were going to have to land, I was able to look up the METARs and TAFs for local airports in the area to find out which one would be the safest for us to land at, which had the right services, and would be the best place for us to put down and let the weather pass. Whether I'm flying IFR or VFR, having Sirius XM weather in the cockpit is a critical part of my flight bag. If I'm flying for customer delivery, or if I'm flying my young family, having the ability to look at the weather en route, check the METARs and TAFs at airports, and have the music to entertain the folks in the back is a huge benefit to me in my flying. I would highly recommend Sirius XM to every pilot, whether you're flying IFR or VFR. The ability to have live weather in the cockpit, to be able to look up the METARs and the TAFs, and have a bigger picture along your route of flight is a huge safety factor to me and the other pilots that fly with Sirius XM.